10 years. That's how long the Indiana Fever had been waiting. 10 years without advancing past a playoff series. Back in 2015, Tamika Catchings was still the heart of the team. Stephanie White was coaching her first stint, and names like Natasha Howard were just starting their careers. Since then, a storm of losing seasons, endless rebuilding, and frustration that never seemed to fade. Fast forward to 2024. The Fever stepped into Game 3 of the WNBA playoffs against the Atlanta Dream with everything stacked against them. Injuries had ripped through their roster. Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, Sydney Colson, Chloe Beebe, Ari McDonald, and Dearest Dantas, all unavailable. That's not just depth gone. That's scoring, leadership, and experience wiped away. So here was the question. Could Indiana take all that pain, all that doubt, and turn it into fuel for something unforgettable? What happened next was not just a basketball game. It was a test of heart, history, and belief. Game 1 had been chaos, questionable whistles, technicals, and a frustrated Fever squad who felt robbed of their rhythm. Game 2, they clawed back. But now in Game 3, it was simple. Win or go home. The Gateway Center Arena in Atlanta was loud. More than 3,000 fans ready to end the Fever's season. Every possession echoed with desperation. From the opening minutes, Kelsey Mitchell made it clear she wasn't backing down. By halftime, she had already poured in 19 points, slicing through defenders who doubled and tripled her. Mitchell wasn't just scoring. She was keeping Indiana alive. By the end of the night, she would finish with 24 points, plus key assists and defensive plays. But what made her performance even more impressive was her refusal to fold when Atlanta tried to suffocate her lanes. She kept attacking, kept grinding, kept feeding energy into her teammates. Alongside her, rookie star Aaliyah Boston showed why she's already considered the future of the franchise. Matched against veteran Big Bree Jones, Boston refused to be bullied. The stat line read, 14 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists. But that barely captures her impact. Every rebound came in heavy traffic. Every assist was a lifeline to a teammate. And when Indiana needed poise, she delivered it in the paint. Then came Natasha Howard. Not flashy, but relentless. Loose balls, second-chance rebounds, extra possessions. She kept Indiana breathing in moments when momentum seemed gone. Odyssey Sims? She brought a whole different edge. Fearless drives to the rim, 16 points, 8 assists. Remember, this is a player who joined the team mid-season. Yet, under playoff pressure, she played like she'd been there all year. Brianna Turner added backbone on defense. Aerial Powers injected hustle and fire, diving on the floor, blocking shots, turning frustration into energy. Piece by piece, everyone contributed. And yet the game still came down to the final minute. With under a minute left, Indiana trailed by 1. The noise in Atlanta was deafening. Kelsey Mitchell attacked, scored, and suddenly it was a one-possession game. Then the ball swung around and it found Lexi Hull. Here's the thing. Hull had been cold all night. Shots weren't falling. Frustration was building. But with the game on the line, she launched from deep and hit. That three-pointer wasn't just a basket. It was a spark of belief. But the dream weren't finished. With only 7.4 seconds on the clock, Atlanta set up for one last inbound. Everyone expected them to get a clean look. The season hung on this one play. That's when Lexi Hull, the same player who had struggled all game, read the pass, lunged forward, and stole it clean. Lexi Hull's steal didn't just seal a victory. It ended 10 years of frustration. It pushed Indiana to the WNBA Semifinals for the first time since 2015. Moments later, Odyssey Sims calmly sank a free throw. The buzzer sounded. The Fever had done it. In that instant, the Fever's decade of waiting cracked wide open. Inside the locker room, emotions poured out. Kelsey Mitchell, the longest-serving Fever player, hugged her teammates with tears of relief. Aaliyah Boston sat quietly, the weight of history sinking in. Lexi Hull clutched the game ball like treasure. For veterans like Sims and Turner, who had bounced between teams, this win was validation that every sacrifice mattered. Even Caitlin Clark, sidelined with injury, was part of the moment. From the bench, she had cheered, shouted, and lived every possession with her team. After the game, she posted in all caps, "FEVERSHOW." It didn't look like just a team celebrating. It looked like a family. Head coach Stephanie White reminded them, this was only step one. Because next, waiting in the semifinals, are the defending champions, the Las Vegas Aces. A roster loaded with Aja Wilson, Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, and enough firepower to punish any mistake. Becky Hammon, the Aces coach, didn't hesitate to send a warning. They haven't seen the real Aces yet. And that's the reality. The Fever have survived injuries, bad whistles, and elimination pressure. But now they face the league's giants in a best-of-5. Still, this win meant more than a semifinal ticket. It meant Indiana Fever basketball is alive again. A team written off, battered by injuries, and dismissed by outsiders proved that toughness and belief can carry you through storms. The drought is over. The Fever are back. And now, they've got nothing to lose. What do you think? Was this just a one-night spark? Or the beginning of a new era for Indiana Fever basketball? Let us know in the comments below how proud you are of this team. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next chapter of this story.